This video was sponsored by OneCom, ticker symbol 1COMM. Thank you to OneCom for sponsoring the channel. 0% fees until at least the end of December 2023 for all existing and new delegators. Follow them on Twitter for Cardano crypto news and notes. Congratulations, they just minted another block. So, if you want that sweet, sweet passive income, guys, keep Cardano decentralized and delegate your crypto to OneCom, ticker symbol 1COMM. Thank you and enjoy the video. Good morning, Cardano Army. It's your boy Boomin coming at you with yet another video, guys. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, that like button, and that notification bell so you never miss a Boomin update. I got my hot tea and honey locked and loaded, ready to go. Let's get this show started. I'd like to give a shout out to our wonderful Patreon subscribers: Catherine Braun, All Flare LLC, Kraken, Feruz Den, and Maryland for Crypto. You gotta support the channel down below. Click that Patreon link. Help your boy get out of wage slavery. All right, we got Charles Hoskinson. Yes, we do. Behind the scenes, IOHK. Charles talking about blockchain, crypto, and ESG on Mornings Maria in LA this morning. Watch the full interview. Let's take a look at the interview, guys. Charles back again on Fox Business. We love it when he shows up to Fox Business, giving these guys some knowledge about crypto and Cardano. So let's take a listen and see what he has to say. I think it's wise that we take a look at the whole interview, especially when Charles is speaking. You want to listen. So it's about 5 minutes long, and let's go ahead and see what he has to say.
Welcome back. Bitcoin slipping back yesterday for the first time in 4 months, losing the longest, reversing the longest winning streak since 2021. Joining me right now is Input Output Global CEO Charles Hoskinson. Charles, great to see you. Thanks very much for being here. What's going on with crypto?
Well, the markets are holding steady and stable. I mean, overall, we've been recovering since 2022 in the FTX crisis, and it's going to take a little bit more time for it to clear out. But I'd rather be a crypto guy than a banker right now.
Really? Are people losing interest in crypto?
Crypto is okay. Banks, not so much.
Why? Tell me about the banks.
Well,
First Republic?
Yeah, 2008, we had $373 billion in tied up assets. I think we're over $540 billion now. Just in the 2023 crisis, we're just getting started. I mean, that whole business model is falling apart when you give it a little bit of a push and then you lose these institutions like SVB, and they get so politicized and they get so globalized and they kind of get pushed into different philosophies. So it's nice to be in crypto land where things are simple and pure and you can just focus on building.
I don't know how simple it is because we're about to get new regulations, we think, and we're going to get new regulations for the banks. Is this the answer? I mean, Joe Biden just the other day said, look, we're going to make sure that we have tougher rules for the regionals and tougher rules for these smaller banks. Can you do a stroke, pardon me, for all of the banks, the same regulations for the global money centers than you do for the regionals?
No, you can't.
No, right?
And what's going to happen is too big to fail. It's just going to lead to bigger institutions. We've seen this story in 2008, and this is the rerun. And I don't think anybody wants to watch it, but, well, we elected the same people, and now we're dealing with the same consequences. I mean, if you widen the aperture for the global markets, though, people are moving on. The Europeans are moving on with MiCA, the Asians are moving on, and overall, the global regulatory environment for cryptocurrencies is getting better, especially in very competitive jurisdictions like the GCC. So
that may not be the case, though, longer term, right? Because the U.S. is trying to come up with a new framework of regulations, and we don't even know which agency is going to be regulating it. Is it the SEC? Is it another department? What do you think?
It's hard to say. The United States has always had the most fragmented and fractured regulatory system. We have state regulators, we have federal regulators, we have CFTC, the SEC, the FinCEN.
Exactly.
So many. It's a word salad of acronyms. And we live in this bizarre Schrodinger's cat where you're alive and dead at the same time. You're a commodity and a security at the same time, sometimes a currency, sometimes a loyalty point. But, that's just how things work here. And it's okay because these are global markets. And so what's going to happen is we're just going to have to focus abroad when there's uncertainty in the United States, and that's to the detriment of our national security and our economy as a whole.
Is that the reason that we've seen such volatility for Bitcoin and crypto, because of the unknowns around regulation, or is it something else?
Well, it's also the macro economy. I mean, it's hard to watch $500 billion in bank failures and all the macro uncertainty with the geopolitical issues, China's emergence, and not have some disruption in the markets. But yeah, I believe that is a contributing factor, and it's mostly hurt retail investors. And it's a self-inflicted wound.
Earlier, we spoke with the CEO of Calamos Investments, John Kadunas, here in the program. And take a listen to what he said about ESG. I want to get your take. Watch.
Look at the assets in the world right now, investable assets. There's over 40 trillion invested in ESG as of today.
Is it that big?
And by 2025, the projection is going to be over 50 to 53 trillion. And the entire market universe of investable assets around 140. So it's over a third of all investable assets will be in ESG. It's not to be ignored.
Well, he was talking about this new. He's talking about this new ESG ETF that they launched. But your thoughts, because people have a problem with the underperformance of ESG as well. If you want to invest in something, you want to get a return,
right,
and not run a philanthropy in terms of ensuring that you've got ESG.
Yeah, I mean, if ESG stands for we have a sustainable, repeatable business model, then you can always find liquidity and returns. If ESG means we're going to destroy your business model in order to fit an agenda, you're just not going to get good returns. And so it just depends on how you define it, and depends on who are the actors involved and what are you trying to do. I mean, we all want to live in a healthier, cleaner world, and we'd all like to love each other and be happy with each other and have equality. But on the other hand, business is business, and there are winners and losers in capitalism.
I mean, should we be avoiding fossil fuels, though? I mean, that's the issue here.
Yeah, you see, I live in Wyoming, and we're the coal capital of the frontier, and there are many great resources in the fossil fuel markets that can be made quite sustainable and practical for the foreseeable future for our energy security. So I've never believed it's wise to just wholesale ban fossil fuels. You just have to be wise about the application of them and how you roll these things out. And unfortunately, we tend to have an overreaction in energy policy, particularly around coal, but also oil, natural gas, and other fossil fuels, where there's just some political groups that say we should ban it regardless of the cost or consequences to our economy.
Well, this administration that's the priority. I mean, they're pushing this in a whole of government's approach, as you know.
Right, and replacing it with things that are much more expensive. They're not base load power. We still haven't solved the storage because we're using batteries, which are much more environmentally unfriendly. So, there's a lot of problems with this, and, that creates a lot of economic uncertainty, and ultimately it just hurts Main Street. It doesn't hurt the rich people here at Milken.
Yeah, Charles, it's great to get your take on all of this. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Charles Hoskinson joining us.
You see, one thing I don't like about these Fox interviews, I do like that, Charles is on Fox and everything. I think that gives them a lot of eyeballs onto what we're trying to accomplish here with Cardano. But one thing is just it's so segmented, so fast. 5 minutes is not enough to really hash out these ideas. They speak for 5 minutes and then move on to the next topic, and it doesn't give any time for it to marinate. They went from crypto to ESG to this administration. It's just so fast. You can't really focus down on one topic, but it is good to see Charles back on Fox Business. Hopefully he gets back on there a lot more to give the people some real insights into crypto and into what Cardano's trying to accomplish. So that was a good one. Let's go ahead and move on, guys. Real quick, we got some minor news here. MuesliSwap introducing a game-changing feature. You can now select alternative bases like IUSD or JED on the marketplace in addition to ADA. So you got more trading pairs now. I do like the IUSD integration. It allows for inverse assets. Synthetic assets are coming as well. So this will broaden our DeFi horizons. So shout out to MuesliSwap for that innovation there. Dive into a more diverse and customizable trading experience with DeFi. Shout out to MuesliSwap. And then finally here, guys, last one, Midnight, Cardano Midnight, which is the privacy chain on Cardano. Super excited for this. They're hiring So a developer relations lead. They're hiring a lead. So if you guys are looking for work and you're into like, I think this is like project management, I believe. If you're into project management, go ahead and apply for this. So building and nurturing next generation blockchain platform. The role entails helping developers design and build distributed apps on the Midnight blockchain. The ideal candidate will possess a blend of technical expertise, SW development skills, community engagement acumen, mentoring prowess, adept at coding, and passionate about exploring new technologies. So IOHK is hiring. And that's all I have for you today, guys. Again, I'd like to give a shout out to our wonderful Patreons, Catherine Broad, Offla LLC, Kragan, Fruesden, and Maryland for crypto. Click the link down below. Help your boy get out of wage slavery by clicking that Patreon link, guys. We running it up. We got a year, maybe 2 before the next bull run. Super excited. And we're going to be bringing you these videos regularly. I'm Boomin. I'm out. Have an amazing day. Goodbye.